Have you ever neglected your house chores? Didn't do anything around the home, let it all pile up for weeks, and then just to realize that there was a bigger mountain of work for you to do? Versus when you're on top of your chores and you do your grocery shopping on time, you do your laundry on time, you clean the bathrooms on time, you clean the kitchen on time. It's just so organized and so nice to live in. Your health, your body is the same. If you have unchecked fat deposits on your body and you let your body build up in fat for years, if you're weak and stiff and you uncheck this weakness, you uncheck this stiffness and you let it pile up for years, all of a sudden you're going to find yourself with a big mountain of work. This is your classic 50 or 60-year-old that hasn't done any exercise for 2 or 3 decades, and then they get into health and fitness trying to catch up on lost time. Most of the time it's too late. There's health that's been lost that can't be rebuilt. There's damage to the body that's irreversible. You want to try and leave a dirty dish for 3 months just sitting in the kitchen, there's going to be mold and God knows what, and you're probably going to have to throw it out. Your body, same thing. The dirty things in your house that are piling up, most commonly for people, are over-consuming calories. They're trying to be good on some days, but then they're blowing out calories on other days, most of the time on the weekends. A lot of people are making the mistake of under-moving. They think they're more active than what they really are. And activity can come in different forms. Are they doing any weight bearing, any strength training? Are they doing any cardio, any steps? Boozing. That's another big one. A lot of people are over-consuming alcohol, thinking that, a couple of glasses every single day aren't doing damage. A lot of calories, and they're doing other damage to the body as well. Not sleeping enough. Bad sleep hygiene's notorious. Smoking, vaping, not checking stress, going through high periods of stress and thinking that it's okay to just keep piling psychological and physical stress on their body. Avoiding doctor's checkups and avoiding getting help. Some men and women don't have anyone in their corner, or they haven't sought professional help when it comes to getting health advice. So how do you know if your house is getting dirty and things are piling up? Well, when you look in the mirror and you're not that happy with your physique, maybe you're noticing that you're getting fat. You're getting a big tummy if you're a guy, or you're getting wider hips, fat hips if you're a lady. Men tend to hold their weight around their tummy, and women tend to hold their weight around their hips. Maybe you're finding that your posture is just deteriorating and your hips are really stiff and you've got a question mark spine. Maybe you're noticing your skin isn't looking as good as it used to, or maybe you're noticing that your aging isn't the best and that you look like you've aged 10 years, but it's only been a year or two. These are signs that your metabolic health and some of these things are piling up and going unchecked. Another sign that you're letting things pile up is struggling to do daily activities. Let's say you go to open a jar or pick something up, and something that you used to be able to do with ease is now a struggle. That's a sign that you're probably not carrying enough muscle mass, a healthy amount of muscle mass on your frame, and your strength is deteriorating. So maybe you've noticed some of these signs in your house and in your life. So how do you clean it? What do you need to do to make a difference and trend in the right direction? My favorite house cleaning tip is subscribe to this page. Hit the like, subscribe button. I got more good content coming. Let's go. The first point is start building some exercise habits. I like to start with exercise before I target anything else. Let's get some movement happening. It needs to be done most days of the week, but you don't need to start with 5 or 6 days per week. Starting with 1 day per week, gradually building it to 2 or 3, then gradually building it to more if you want to. Walking is great. low impact activities like cycling are great, swimming is great. This is cardiovascular activity that's going to do you good for you, not just your mental health, but your cardiovascular health as well. Your calories burnt are going to go through the roof, because if you've been sedentary, that's a lot of time on the couch, a lot of time seated at work, and you will be able to offset all of that sitting by getting some steps in. Doesn't have to be perfect, your journey. You can start with going for a walk 1 day per week, and it can be a short walk. You don't have to start with hours of walking. You can start with 5 or 10 minutes, track it, write it down on your phone or on a piece of paper, build it to 10 or 15 minutes, then build it to 30 minutes plus. And then when you get to about an hour, you're doing a great job. Did you know that the average Australian only gets around 4,000 steps per day? That's terrible. That's a low, and that trend is going down. We're actually becoming more sedentary as the years are going on because of convenience and technology, Uber Eats, etc. The second thing that you need to do with your training is get some form of resistance happening. Some form of strength training will go a long way for the recomposition of your body. It's not just fat that you've got to look out for, it's being under-muscled as well. Strength training, if you haven't done it in a long time, you can start with 1 day per week, gradually build it to 2 days per week, and the golden standard that I set for my clients and my athletes is 3 days per week of strength training is a nice target. If you have no equipment, that's okay. You can start with body weight strength training exercises. There's lots of progressions that you can do with body weight, or you might have some equipment. It's okay to incorporate some equipment, or if you want to go real fancy, you can look into a gym membership. Strength training is key for preserving, protecting, increasing your muscle mass, protecting your bones, and looking after your body's function. When building these exercise habits, don't go all in buying thousands of dollars worth of gym equipment for your house or expensive gym memberships or online programs. Start off small. Figure out what the setup is for you. Some people like to exercise in the comfort of their home. Others can't stand exercising at home and they prefer to be in a park. Or others don't like parks, they like a small private gym. Start off small, figure out what works for you. And remember, if you haven't cleaned your house in 30 years, do you think you can do a quick 1 hour and expect a world of results? No, it's going to take some time. Your health journey is the same. It's taken you many years to pile on that fat. It's taken you many years to get weak. Don't go too harsh on yourself and expect a big transformation in 4 weeks or 6 weeks. The second thing, start looking at food. You've got the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time you eat whole foods and you focus on foods that are going to fuel your body, and 20% of the time you allow yourself to have some treats and indulge in some naughty foods. That's one approach. I also like tracking how my total body weight is doing so that I know, am I bringing in too much food? Am I bringing in a medium amount of food, or am I bringing in too little food? Lots of different things for you to experiment with here with food. How much protein is good for you? I like keeping the protein intake as high as possible. How much carbohydrates do you want to be having? How much good fats do you want to be having? Again, there's no one size fits all here, but going on a bit of an experiment, an 8-week experiment, and learning what kind of foods work for you will be a worthwhile investment. Now that you're training, looking after your food, there's going to be a knock-on effect for some of the other things that I mentioned earlier in this video. Your sleep is going to be better. You're less likely to overindulge in too much booze, because you're going to find if you're hungover, your performance with training is going to suffer. What's going to happen with your energy? Your energy is going to go up because you've now got more fitness, you've got better conditioning. What's going to happen with the overindulging in sweets and eating too much of the foods that don't serve us? well, that's going to go down because you're hitting a bit of a rhythm. Your motivation's going to be higher because you're feeling better. You're in training. You're looking after your food. So now that you're working on rebuilding your health, not letting your house pile up, there's a lot of things that this will do proactively for your health. You're going to age better. You're going to have better longevity. You're going to you're going to be a better friend, a better partner, a better mom or dad. You're going to have better relationships with those around you. You'll be a better version of yourself because you're going to have more energy for yourself and more energy for others. I believe you're going to get more out of life because you won't be worried about fat holding you down. You're not going to let weakness get in the way of you enjoying life. You're not going to be worried about low motivation or low energy. You are proactively preventing chronic conditions. In 2025, there's a lot of lifestyle diseases that can be prevented by working on yourself proactively. You'll never have to worry about type 2 diabetes. You'll never have to worry about other metabolic problems because your body's going to be operating well under the hood. And like that show, Hoarders, they don't just get the homeowner to try and clean the entire thing when it gets really bad. It's okay to get a professional to help. You could talk to your doctor, find an exercise physiologist, find a coach. If you're unsure where to go, message me and I'll try and help to the best of my ability. But seeking some help and getting some advice is a good move. Get a professional. Here's a quick summary of today's video. A lot of people live life letting their house get dirty. They lose health, they lose fitness, they get fat, they get weak, and they make this mistake for years. A lot of people are living, they don't even realize that their body's falling apart. How to know when your body's falling apart? Well, when you look in the mirror and you're not happy with what you see, when you put on some clothing and they don't fit right anymore, or if you find yourself trying to wear loose clothing or getting bigger sizes because you're getting fat, that's usually a dead giveaway. Your posture's bad, the weak question mark spine, some funny walking because there's pain and unchecked issues going on. Or maybe you're doing activities of daily living and opening a jar or doing something that you used to be able to do with ease, you're now struggling. That means that your body is falling apart. What to do? Start cleaning your house. Start the rebuild now. Start with exercise, get some steps in, start strength training. After a month or two of building your exercise habits, I want you to start working on your food. Rebuild your food habits. That's going to take you 2 or 3 months to figure out what works for you. Then you're going to have knock-on effects for other things that are important for health, like sleep, like stress management, etc. You can work on recovery. Oh, by the way, YouTube's going to suggest a video here or here. I forget what side it's on, but it's for those of you that are trying to lose fat and you're struggling. You got to check it out. Fat loss tips. Get on it.